say how glad I am to have our next guest on, returning guest. We have Tim Barrett from Barrett Distribution Centers, who is the Chief Operating Officer and again, a finalist for the Family Business Association Awards in the large business category. Welcome, Tim.
Good morning. Great to be here.
Great to be here. Why don't you tell people about Barrett Distribution Centers, what it does, and also sort of where you're at as a business, because I know you've had a lot of growth this year, as usual.
Well, thank you.
Good place to be employed.
Thanks. Well, we certainly hope it is a good place to be employed, and that's a big focus for us, and we feel it's a big part of why we've grown, is our focus on the employees and developing the employees. So we're a third-party logistics business, which essentially what that means is that we run distribution centers and e-commerce fulfillment for other companies. So mostly consumer products, shipping footwear and apparel, consumer electronics, health and beauty care, items like that, to both retailers and to consumers' homes directly. The business is, as you know, we're a finalist for the Family Business Award. The business is a family business where my brother and I, Arthur, and I are third generation. The business is about 70 years old. For about 65 years, we were really a Boston company, had 1 or 2 locations in the Boston area, and over the last 5 or 6 years, we've expanded, I guess what I would call nationally, semi-nationally. We're all up and down the East Coast, in Memphis, Tennessee, and in California now, running distribution centers.
Was your father in the business?
He was. So my grandfather and my father both.
Is your father still around?
He's not. No, my dad actually passed away while we were in college. So my brother took over right when he graduated from college, and then I joined him about 6 or 7 years later.
Is your mother still around?
She's not. She's not.
Sorry,
She's not.
I'm
so
sorry
she.
to bring these things
So
up.
that's an interesting. Well, that's an interesting story though, because you know, my mother was never involved in the business, and she actually, when my dad passed away, she had to step in for a few years and try to, you know, figure it out and run the business, and really did a great job of keeping it going until we were able to get involved. But it was, and at the time, it was interesting. It was in the 80s, and the industry was really male-dominated industry. So she would go to these industry events and other things, and everybody knew her, not only because she was the only woman there, but also she just had a great personality and really reached out and met a lot of great people. And I still have people today that still tell me stories about her and ask me about her, and so it was great that she was able to step in and do that. Actually,
Do you feel bad that your parents haven't been able to see what you've been able to do?
I do, you know, I do, but I think they're certainly proud of it. My mother was able to see it for quite a while. She just passed away about 4 years ago, but so yeah, I'm sure they're very proud of what we've done.
You know, that's what happens. I understand.